What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how ARK Invest just added another 181,000 shares to their already $835 million position. Before we get into all of that information, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. Now, 2020 has been a very turbulent year. A lot of people made a lot of money in the March crash, but a lot of people also lost a lot of money in the March crash. So hopefully we'll be able to have a better 2021 as a whole. And I just wanted to wish everybody a happy holidays on the day that I'm recording this. It is December 24th, Christmas Eve. So if you are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys have a great New Year. Now, ARK Invest has a bunch of actively traded ETFs that are crushing the S&P 500 this year. If we go and take a look at the arkk Innovation ETF, we can see that it started the year at around the $50 price mark, and by the end of the year, which is pretty much now, we're basically at the end of the year, it is at $135. That is about a triple in stock price, and investors were making so much money on this ETF. Now, ARK has a bunch of actively traded ETFs, and this one arkk that I just showed you is the Innovation ETF. arkq is the Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, which is basically made up of a lot of AI companies and companies that are looking to expand their AI platforms. arkw, the Next Generation Internet ETF. So these are kind of the emerging companies that are kind of making their way now on the internet. arkg, the Genomic Revolution ETF. This ETF is mainly based in the health sector, so telehealth and some other drug companies. And then arkf, the fintech innovation, so that could be anything like Square, PayPal, companies like that. The company that we're going to be discussing today is Teladoc, and it goes by the ticker symbol tdoc, or what I like to call it, tdoc. So they are a telehealthcare provider, and what they do is they give members 24/7, 365 access to quality medical care through the phone and video consultations. So this could be if you had to go get a test or some sort of doctor's appointment and you had to do a medical screening or an over-the-phone consultation before you go. This would have been through Teladoc, and that's what's made it possible. And if we go over here and we look at the share price, we can see that in January, it was in the $90 range, and it peaked in August at around the $250 range. Now, what's interesting about this is that ARK just keeps buying this company. If we look over here on 12/23, ARK Invest bought Teladoc in the amount of 181,803 shares in their arkg ETF. They spent around $38 million on this trade, and they are just adding to their already massive position in this company. If we can go take a look over here, we can look at the actual buying schedule of arkk in Teladoc, which this is a very useful tool that we can look at right here. So they started back in late August. They bought 804,000 shares at a price of $223, and they have just been dollar cost averaging all the way up until now. We can see that they got around 1 million shares in October, and they started really ramping it up in November and kept going, and they now have a total position in Teladoc in this one ETF of 3.9 million shares. Now, this is very important because this is a massive position. It is about $835 million. Now, if we go over and we can take a look at the price chart, we can see that over the year, Teladoc has not been on a massive only uptrend like we've seen like a lot of these other companies. It peaked at around $250 and came back down and has been hanging out around the $200 mark. Now, I've been trading Teladoc mainly on Fridays since the premiums are so cheap and you can get a lot of quick flips in there. I think my highest one in telodoc was about 300% on the day, but I usually don't put in any large amounts. I usually trade on the dailies with $150 to $250 to make sure my losses aren't going to be something that I can't stomach. Now, if we take a brief second to talk about what telodoc actually is, we can figure out why ARK would be buying this many shares throughout the year. As I mentioned before, Teledoc's a telehealthcare provider giving members 24/7, 365 access to quality medical care through the phone and video consultations. This has been such an incredibly useful tool throughout 2020 since the pandemic has really not allowed people to go into doctor's offices as much as they either should or as they could before. Think of what people wanted to do when they thought they had the virus. They wanted to go into a medical office, get a test, get their symptoms checked out. This was just in the beginning when people didn't really know what it was. They would go in and they would start spreading the virus. We figured out that the virus was spreading so quickly that the medical centers needed to figure out how to branch the people off into different areas of people who could have the virus or have not had the virus. And this overloaded the capacity of all of the medical centers, and the people that just needed basic medical care couldn't get it. Now, ARK is thinking that this type of trend of people needing to get healthcare but can't get into doctor's offices as quickly is going to continue, and I agree with. Throughout the course of 2021, with the vaccine getting brought out, we might see a different trend in terms of doctor's offices, but I think that people are still going to be a little bit wary of going into medical offices and will opt for this telehealth model instead. This will be very great for patients too, because they can get healthcare, quality healthcare, in the comfort of their own home, over the phone, and video. This company could be amazing for the long term since it's trading at a pretty decent premium right now than it was at the beginning of 2020. But if these trends continue and we keep seeing the overloading of the medical centers and doctor's offices, and people still have a very high demand for at-home care and virtual care at that, we could see Teladoc go all the way up and have another really high run-up again, which is what ARK is also planning on as we go back and look at that buying schedule. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like and make sure you guys subscribe and comment down below your thoughts if you think Telodoc is going to be a good buy for the long term. Hope you guys have a great holiday and New Year's, and I'll see you guys next time.